that our festival has always been having great films, but the festival element in our film festival was lacking. And that's why he actually asked us to uh, and led us to create something called as IFIesta, which is IFI Fiesta, which is IFI's festival, and the uh, what you can call it as a moment where all of us can celebrate after coming out of a very intense cine-going experience from an auditorium. And that's how this year we have created this interactive entertainment zone outside a cinema hall in near Kala Academy in Goa. And this is being powered and collaborated and with Zomato, which is going to have live performances, which will also have culinary delights, and actually also it will showcase India's cinematic journey, and it will provide a good immersive experience to all the cinegoers on the bank of River Mandovi. So that's a huge addition. Government of Goa has also tried to make this more festive, and that's why a carnival parade is being organized around the theme called Journey of Indian Cinema, and this is going to be happening on this 22nd November. For the first time, IFI is also recognizing that it's also the time to celebrate all those who have achieved laurels and distinctions in the past. So there are 4 Dada Sahab Phalke awardees who have completed 100 years of their birth, and IFI is going to have the centenary celebrations for Shri Raj Kapoor ji, Muhammad Rafi ji, Akineni Nageshwarao Garu, and Tapan Sinha. And this will be done through various centenary celebrations, exhibitions, their films being shown for this purpose. Few years back, but now this film bazaar is going to become really big, and we have huge international participation coming in from various countries, and this also includes countries like Saudi Arabia, UK, Japan, Bhutan, and there are 25 pavilions in this part of this. Again, a record for us that we have 10 countries who are making their pavilions this time. We have 10 Indian states who are making their this time. And we are very sure and confident that Film Bazaar this time will be having exhibitions and will allow huge buyer-seller experiences. And I'm sure this would eventually become a major factor for all those budding cinemakers who would like to sell their wares and would like to come to the film festival and be part of the culture to commerce landscape, which is so important for all creators in the world. Friends, we have a large number of master classes, panel discussions by industry stalwarts curated by our festival director. It includes big names like A.R. Rahman ji, Mani Ratnam ji, Philip Noyce himself. I've not named, but the entire who's and who of the Indian film industry will be part of some program, some masterclass, some session or the other. At the same time, IFI this time is also going to be showcasing the intersection that technology has this particular medium, and I'm sure you would all love to see it. So friends, it's indeed my pleasure to welcome all of you, and I'm sure many of you would also be attending IFI as has been happening in the past, but you will also be spreading the word around, because now we are just exactly 10 days away from the event, and I'm sure this will your support in ensuring that this word goes around will ensure that the second part of the festival, as this festival is not just celebrating the cinemakers, it's celebrating the cinegoers. So we will request people from all parts of our country and the world, if they have still not booked it, kindly book your tickets, come to IFI, and I'm sure you'll get a fairly memorable experience this time. And on behalf of the ministry, once again, I'd like to thank the entire steering committee that helped us do this entire effort. I'm not being able to name all of them for want of time. Our festival director, Shekhar Kapoorji, Prasunji here. Also like to express my thank to Government of Goa. They have been playing a huge role, the Entertainment Society of Goa, who have been working with us day in, day out. All our sponsors, partners, all my colleagues in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, while we come and deliver all such addresses, but it's the effort behind that actually makes us do all this. my colleagues in Doordarshan, Prasar Bharati, who've all been working day in, day out last few months to ensure that this festival is going to be a success. So once again, my friends, we invite you to this exhilarating journey that's going to take you into this world of cinematic marvels. And I'm sure that is going to be our tribute to the art, culture, and the magic of storytelling, which we all are proud of, right from the day of Natya Shastri. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the address. Now I request Festival Director IFI, Sri Shekhar Kapoorji, to address the gathering.
Thank you, sir. Everything that needs to be said, you've already said. But thank you very much. The only thing that I want to clarify here is that since I've joined as festival director, where did this word veteran come from? Before that, I was a director. Now suddenly I'm aged and veteran and retired. I'm not retired at all, I can assure you. When I was first asked, it took me 1 second to say yes. क्या होता है? हाँ बोल देते हो आप उसके बाद कहते क्यों हाँ बोली? Then you start thinking, and I've said thinking, how can I not support the Indian film industry, the Indian Film Festival? How can I not support anything to do with Indian film? Because I am, because Indian film is, because I have, my whole career depends on that. But, as you rightly said, sir, it's our audiences. When the audiences applaud, we are. If the audiences don't applaud, we don't exist. And now taking on this idea of veteran, I'm older than anybody on this, but I remember going to a theater, the fans noise are going on. The baby next to you is crying. There are mice down there. And we went to the theater. We constantly go to theater. So the first thing that came to me is that we have to celebrate. We are, our audiences are. They took anything from us. Prasun and I have many conversations. This film is good, yeah. This film is bad. What are we doing? But they all went. And so the audiences created us. So we have to celebrate the audiences. And that's one of the things that we have to do. The other thing, sir, as you rightly said, the youth, yeah, absolutely. I was once a very young filmmaker. I rebelled against everything there is. Then, you know, as rebellion goes on, then you start saying, सिर्फ rebellion ही नहीं है, थोड़ा सा social conscious भी रखो, थोड़ी film अच्छी भी बनाओ. Rebellion is not the only thing that creates a great. We understood that. And then what you said about Goa, we're the only one who say Indian Film Festival. There's the Cannes Film Festival, there's a Berlin Film Festival, there's a Tokyo Film Festival. And this year, I think that in the coming years, we should give more and more to Goa. You take more responsibility. Make it really, because Goa, because it's a festival, is a celebratory capital of India. So make it more important, more important. And the one other thing that's really important, this I'm going to say with great regret, film's only 5% of what people view. There are so many other technologies that are coming in. There's so many others. I know that short form video, only 5% of our population use film. So we have a responsibility to nurture this idea. Theatrical film is becoming less and less important. But we need to keep this idea of a theatrical film. It's something that we need to nurture without actually saying that it's the only important thing. Because storytelling is everything. I can sit here and give you a 30-second video and I'll tell you a story. If I cannot tell you a story in a 30-second video, if I cannot tell you a story in 5 minutes or 1 minute, then nobody's going to remember, nobody's going to listen. So storytelling becomes absolutely the most important thing of anything that we do in the creative art. Everything's a story. But we need to actually preserve this one thing that India, because don't forget, we took a Western technology, our audiences, we took a Western technology since Raja Harishchandra, and we made the biggest film industry in the world. There's something about us that we cannot help but tell stories. So welcome to storytelling, welcome, and thank you very much for taking me on. I'll do my best in whatever capacity I can do. And by next year, if you say, Shekhar, आपने कुछ भी नहीं किया, ठीक है ना, veteran नाम तो निकल जाएगा. I'll become a filmmaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shekhar Kapoor sir, for addressing us. Now, a curtain raiser video about participation IFI will be played. May I request to play the video? Thank you very much. Now I request Chairman CBFC, Shri Prasoon Joshi ji, to address the gathering.
Thank you. आदरणीय मुरुगन जी, संजय जी, शेखर जी, नीरजा जी, प्रफुल्ल जी, वृंदा जी, we have worked together on this journey, and right from when I got involved, I think one thing which I have been very passionate about, and where I think I feel there can be lots can be done here. ये फिल्म फेस्टिवल तो बहुत सारे होते हैं हमारे देश में भी होते हैं, विदेशों में भी होते हैं, और शुरू से जो आपको याद होगा कि सालों पहले उस वक्त भी मैं उसका हिस्सा था, और आई वॉज engaged संजय जी very closely at that time when we launched the creative minds, young creative minds, 75 creative minds of tomorrow. इसकी जब कल्पना कर रहे थे, इसकी जब सोच कर रहे थे, उस वक्त भी मैंने ये कहा था, जो लोग होंगे उस वक्त से उनको याद होगा कि बहुत से हमारे देश के स्टोरी टेलर्स हैं जिन्हें मंच नहीं मिल पाता. दिस इज द कंट्री ऑफ रेस्टलेस ड्रीम्स. ये रेस्टलेस ड्रीम्स का देश है और स्टोरी टेलर्स का देश है. उस समय अगर हम चाहते हैं कि कहानियों में डाइवर्सिटी आए, कि हम कहते हैं कि बहुत सारे सेक्शंस हैं, मर्मर्स हैं हमारे सोसाइटी के जो हमें सुनने को नहीं मिलते, तो वो कैसे सुनने को मिलेंगे अगर आपको कहानी को फिल्मों में परिवर्तित करने वाले लोग एक ही शहर से आएंगे. अगर एक ही शहर ये बीड़ा उठा ले कि हम फिल्में बनाएंगे, उसी शहर में रहने वाले वहाँ पे ही लोग अगर फिल्में बनाएंगे, तो आपको ऐसे विषय कैसे मिलेंगे? आप कहते हैं कि हमको फिल्मों में किसान का पोर्ट्रेयल ऑथेंटिक नहीं लगा. भाई ऑथेंटिसिटी कहाँ से आएगी जब तक जड़ों से कहानी कहने का साहस नहीं होगा लोगों में. दूसरा क्या हो जाता है कि फिल्में, शेखर जी यहाँ बैठे हैं, इनसे ज़्यादा ये तो निष्णात हैं इसमें, and I have a privilege of working very closely and learning so much from him. पर शेखर जी ये से कोई इनकार नहीं कर सकता कि कहीं ना कहीं फिल्म जो है वो टैलेंट से ज़्यादा हिम्मत का काम हो जाता है. तो फिल्म जो है वो हिम्मत वाले की प्रॉपर्टी हो जाती है, जिसकी हिम्मत है वो सब कुछ झेल सके और पिक्चर को अंत तक उस तक पहुँचा सके. क्यों होना चाहिए ऐसा? ये तो प्रतिभा वाले की
बात होनी चाहिए। जिसके पास कहानी हो उसको मंच मिलना चाहिए। और होता क्या है कि हम देखते हैं कि बहुत सी कहानियां स्टोरी इन्फेंटिसाइड होता है, वो कहानियों की भ्रूण हत्या, क्योंकि उसके पास रिसोर्सेज नहीं है, क्योंकि वो पहुंचा ही नहीं सकता अपनी बात। तो ऐसे में इफी जैसा फेस्टिवल जो कि इंटरनेशनल मंच है, वो कैसे उन लोगों के लिए सार्थक बने, उन लोगों के लिए एक रोल अदा करे जिनको अदरवाइज न फिल्म इतना उनके पास धन होता है, न इतनी सुविधाएं होती हैं कि वो इंटरनेशनली, बहुत से फिल्म मेकर्स हैं तो पूरे साल दे आर ट्रेवलिंग एंड अटेंडिंग फिल्म फेस्टिवल्स अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, बट देयर आर पीपल हु एक्चुअली रिक्वायर दैट एक्सपोजर। तो यंग क्रिएटिव माइंड की कल्पना और उसकी जो शुरुआत की गई थी यहाँ से की गई थी, और मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि हमारे अश्वनी जी जो है, जब वो आए उनसे मैंने चर्चा की यंग क्रिएटिव की बात में, तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, कल का भविष्य, फ्यूचर इज नाउ की जो बात है वो कि कल का भविष्य आज ही है, मतलब आज से ही शुरू हो रहा है। एंड स्पेशली आई वांट टू मेक अनदर पॉइंट इन द एआई व्हिच शेखर अगेन वी टॉक अ लॉट अबाउट, कि एआई जो है डेटाबेस है। एआई में बहुत सी चीज़ें आप देखेंगे, कल को स्क्रिप्ट्स आएंगी, फिल्में भी बनकर शायद एआई आपके सामने प्रस्तुत कर दे, and you'll see AI created work, but AI relies on data, जो हो चुका है उससे प्रेरणा लेता है, और ये भारत है जो होना बाकी है। इसका मतलब हमारे पास बहुत ऑथेंटिक ओरिजिनलिटी है जिसको कि विश्व को सुनने का समय आ गया है। सो आई थिंक दिस द इंटायर फोकस on the future filmmakers and giving platform to people who otherwise will not get, I think, is the focus of this year's, and that's and Sanjay ji is here, and I think very very thankful that you took it forward. So this is one, and I think other things is trying to make it as accessible as possible. I think that also is something which I must thank the entire team to be able to, whether it's accessibility, whether it's getting the voices, focus on women and other voices. I think it's very very important. क्योंकि देखिए क्या होता है कि वॉइसेस को मंच देना इसलिए ज़रूरी है कि ढोल के शोर में बांसुरी सुनाई नहीं देती, तो कई बार मंच बनाने पड़ते हैं, बांसुरियों के लिए अलग से बनाने पड़ते हैं ताकि हम अलग से बांसुरी को सुन सकें। तो मुझे लगता है इफ़ी ऐसा कर रहा है, और उसके लिए हम सभी को इसके साथ जुड़ना चाहिए। और जैसा कि संजय जी ने आग्रह किया कि पीपल शुड कम फॉरवर्ड एंड सपोर्ट दिस ड्रीम विच इज़ अबाउट फ्यूचर।
बहुत 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 धन्यवाद सर आपके इस उद्बोधन के लिए। नाउ आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट फॉर इंफॉर्मेशन एंड ब्रॉडकास्टिंग डॉक्टर एल मुरुगन जी टू एड्रेस अस।
Sri Sanjay Jajuji, Secretary Information and Broadcasting, Srimadi Neeraja Sagarji, Special Secretary Information and Broadcasting, Sri Prasanna Joshi ji, Chairman CBFC, Festival Director Sri Sagar Kapoor ji, Joint Secretary Films Srimadi Vrunda Desai ji, Joint Secretary Sri Pratul ji, and Principal DG PIB, dear friends, officers, friends from media, dignitaries, namaste to you all. Today we are gathered here for the curtain raiser program of International Film Festival of 55th edition at Goa. So this film festival is every year is happening, but every year special things, one such a special kind of events are enhancing this festival. This festival is an internationally, you compare, our festival is one of the largest festival in the international level. Our IFFI, you can compare with Cannes or some other festival, you see last how many years, last year and last year, our media people also came there, you presented there. So you find the differences, the festival, how it is glorious festival is taking place. So our secretary sir is mentioned the festival events and what we are going to celebrate, how we are going to celebrate. So the response, you see that more than 2,000 international films are entered here. So that is the response we are getting from the international audience and international delegates. They are coming here. Earlier this festival is happened in Delhi, in Chennai, in somewhere in Hyderabad, like that. But after 2014, 2004, our then Chief Minister Sri Manohar Parrikar ji is decided and he gave facilities to establish a permanent place for that. The Goa is selected, and every year after that, every year the festival is happening in Goa. So the Goa is the international tourist hub. We are all aware that. So the this festival, Goa government, Goa Chief Minister, they are facilitating and they are all coordinating with the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. And apart from this, like today we are having a curtain raiser program here. So 3 days before there is a road show in Mumbai. Day before yesterday there was a road show in Chennai. Because this festival we are taking here all over the all over the country, the people and the industry, the cinema industry people has to come forward, and another one road show is going to happen in Hyderabad. So the now we are seeing how the Indian cinemas are playing a huge responsibility and huge role, and they are playing in our economic activities also. So for that we are widening our festival is for that this road shows, we are conducting the road shows, the huge responsibilities, because yesterday I was in Chennai, day before 2 days before our secretary was in Mumbai. How the responsibility we see, the industry is owning the festival. What we thought, the industry has to be come forward, the industry has to be own the festival. So the industry is now owning the festival. They are all giving huge responsibility, and they are all even some celebrities, they are rescheduled them programs, and they are coming to the IFFI program. So the IFFI is an international festival. It is not less than Cannes festival, because people think Cannes is the, but more than Cannes festival you are getting here, and Atmanirbhar Bharat. So we are our Prime Minister's vision. What facilities you need the international level, the same facilities we are giving in the IFFI at Goa. So I don't want to explain the events, because our secretary also already mentioned, and one more presentation is there. Our joint secretary is going to give a detailed presentation about the events. So I don't want to go to the events, and our dynamic Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji's guidelines, our Minister Sri Ashwin Vaishnav ji's able leadership. So we are taking this festival into the international level as a global level. It's such wonderful, glorious festival. I call for all the industry people to come forward to join the festival. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the address. Now, Sri Prithul Kumar, who is Joint Secretary in the Ministry and MD NFDC, he will make a presentation which will give you the details of this festival.
Honorable Minister, sir, all eminent dignitaries on the dais, colleagues, and also friends from the media. So I will just go through the details. A lot of it has been talked about, but we'll just tell you in brief of the important facets of the 55th International Film Festival.
Next, please. So this is, as has been talked, that this festival started in 1952, and it started in Mumbai, and slowly and steadily. Earlier, it was like a 4-year festival, and then it became an annual festival since 1975. And the venue, as sir has already mentioned, that it was shifted to Goa and from 2004, and since then it has been held in Goa, and it is held from 20th November to 28th November. I would also like to apprise you that the film accreditation body, International Film Accreditation Body, FIAF, recognizes this IFI as one of the 14 largest film festivals across the world. And next, please. So this is the steering committee, wherein the chairman, under the chairmanship of Minister of Information and Broadcasting, and the co-chairmanship of the Honorable Chief Minister of Goa. The steering committee has about 15 official members and 16 members from the delegations, from the industry. Next, please. As we have already talked about, and we are so honored that Shekhar Kapoor Saab is the festival director from this IFI onwards. Next, please. So this is so the IFI activities, though they start so the preparations of the International Film Festival are year-long. They're very rigorous. But the launch of IFI poster, which was done in Cannes in the Bharat Pavilion, and this poster has been designed by the National Institute of Design, which has taken the festivities in form of rangolis from all parts of India and represented it in the motif of peacock, which is the mascot for the IFI. So they have represented that the celebrities are there, and of course believing that films are the culmination of all sorts of celebrities, our cultures. So this is a very good representation which has come in this year's. So the poster and the trailer were launched in Cannes. Next. So this is the highlights of this year's 55th International Film Festival. As has already been discussed, that the theme, with the intervention of Honorable Minister Shri Ashwini Vaishnav, has been chosen as to focus on the young filmmakers, and because the future is now, so that is, and believing that young filmmakers will continue to transform this creative industry for India in the times to come. So and it was also decided, because IFI is one of the 14 festivals, but this focus of young filmmakers will make it stand out amongst the all top 14 international film festivals across the world. So in the pursuit of that, a new award of Best Indian Debut Director has been decided. The Creative Minds of Tomorrow, which was started on the 75th year of, to mark the 75th year of independence, as 75 creative minds, has been enhanced to 100 young talents. In fact, the theaters for screening has been increased by the Goa government at the insistence of the Government of India, and 6 more theaters will be available to screen films from all across the world. There are centenary celebrations, as already Secretary Sir has already briefed, on Raj Kapoor, Mohammad Rafi ji, Tapan Sinha, and Akineni Nageshwar Rao. And there'll be a celebration, the Festival of Cinema. So that will be called Ifiesta. That will be powered by Zomato. It will be a zone wherein food and the performances, live performances, will become an integral part in the evenings. And this year, the country of focus is Australia, and UK has agreed to be the partner country, the treaty country. Next. this we have already discussed as how the festival is, the focus of the IFFI has been made into young filmmakers focus. Apart from what all has been discussed, at the initiative of Secretary Sir, we are also getting about 400 students from all across Indian film schools to this festival to be a part of it, to sort of collaborate with the masters, to be able to attend and see the international films and also participate in the Film Bazaar. The Creative Minds of Tomorrow, which is already 3 editions have been there, and the Creative Minds of Tomorrow, which were selected 3 years back, and in these 3 years, some of them have really done wonders. So 5 of them will be felicitated in the CMOT event. There are, recognizing the importance of creative economy, there are YouTube influencers will be associated with the festival in a big way with the help of MyGov and also YouTube. The masterclasses, the knowledge series, the film packages, most of them have been curated specifically also towards the young filmmakers, so that the topics which are important for them are discussed during the festival. Then there is also a fashion show being curated through NIFT, which will be done as part of the Fiesta. Next. So these are the festival venues, the festival screenings. As I mentioned, that 2 new venues will be added with 6 theaters. Inox Madgaon, which is in South Goa, which will be added with 4 screens, and Inox Ponda, which is towards the old Goa, will also be added with 2 screens. And this will make that the festival screening seats will be increased by about 45% from the last year. So which is a major thing, because most of the festival goers would be able to watch their favorite films. There are also an addition of 5 picture time inflatable screens. One of them will be put at Fiesta, and 4 more will be put around the whole festival, whole state of Goa. There'll be open air screenings. There'll be master classes in the Kala Academy, which is there right next to the main festival venue of Inox Pancham. The Film Bazaar will be in Marriott. I will talk about it later. And there'll be a seamless festival transport provided by the government of Goa to transit from across the festival venues in the during the festival. Australia as the country of focus, the MOU has been signed with the Screen Australia and NFDC. There will be more than 40 people participating, coming all the way from the focus country, the producers, the marketing and distributors. They will be being a part of the festival. They will also be part of the Film Bazaar. The Ausfilm is putting a big pavilion there. The opening film is also from Australia, Better Man, and there are 7 films which will be played in the section curated from Australian films called From Down Under. And they will also have a 10-minute cultural performance from Australia in the opening ceremony of IFFI. The Satyajit Ray Lifetime Achievement Award for the Excellence in Cinema has been decided to be given to Mr. Philip Noyes, who's a celebrated Australian director. He has made mainstream films from 1977 and has had the privilege of working with top actors and across the world, like Harrison Ford, Angelina Jolie, and many of those. Betterman is the opening film. It is VFX come animation of the life of the iconic singer musician Robbie Williams. It's an Australian film. It will be the opening film for the international section. As sir has already briefed, we had record number of entries from 101 countries, and the international jury is led by Ashutosh Govarikar. He will be the chairperson. Jill Bilcock is a is an Australian editor. Fran Borgia is a Spanish director. Anthony Chan is a Singaporean-based writer, director, and producer. And Elizabeth Carlson is from UK. She's an eminent producer there. So all of this jury will be selecting the best of the best films in the international competition section the 15 films which compete for the Golden Peacock, and the Best Debut Director which compete for the Silver Peacock. And also there'll be most of the films are getting from the international submissions. They are getting premiered in it. So these are all the details of the sections which have been specifically curated, 15 curated sections, apart from the section of the competition films, which will be dedicated to rising stars, which are the debut or the first time, second time directors, young filmmakers from the festivals, the films which have done exceedingly well in the recent festivals, international festivals across the world. Mission Life, as sir has already said, that will be based on the topic of eco-sensitivity and environment from the world. They'll be curated. Likewise, we'll provide the copy of the presentation on the website also after this, and you can go through it. Thanks. The Indian Panorama section, which is there to showcase the best of Indian films which have been produced recently. So it features about 25 films, feature films, and the jury for that is Shri Chand Prakash Dwivedi, who was the chairperson, and followed by the jury. And then in the non-feature section, the documentaries and non-feature films, 20 non-feature films have been selected, and the chairperson of the jury was Shri Nalamuthu. The Best Indian Debut Director Award, which has been announced this year, will be, the jury is chaired by Shri Santosh Sivan, and it was instituted for the first time, but we had 102 submissions from all across India, and from this, the debut film will be selected. The Best OTT Series, next, which was started last year, has been, next please. So, which was started last year. Again, this year we have had 46 submissions, up from last year's 32, and the jury is headed by Shri Madhur Bhandarkar ji, who will select the best series for the year. Next. The centenary celebrations, it will, apart from the restored classics, which I'll talk in the next slide, they will also have curated exhibition around them in the Fiesta, wherein people can have the immersive experience about about these 4 centennials. There'll also be Saregama mementos given to of their film songs to the various dignitaries across the festival. There'll be panel discussions around the body of work of these 4 this thing. And there is also a stamp launch which is being done on this. Next please, yes. So these are the 4 centenary dedicated films which have been restored by the NFDC and FAI under the National Film Heritage Mission from the reels, and they have been digitized and restored meticulously. They'll be played in the festival, and there'll be 3 more films from the NFHM which have been restored. The first one is Kalia Mardan, which is a 1919 masterpiece of Shri Dada Sahab Phalke, which has been restored. It's a silent film, and it'll be played with a orchestra. Then Saath Hindustani.
I would request that this is specifically highlighted in your briefs. This is a very significant achievement. I think I'm not sure where somebody has restored a movie which is like 105-year-old from that era. So I think this is really something that we would wish that you take it in your briefs.
Then Saath Hindustani, which is Shri Amitabh Bachchan's first film that has been restored. Seema Patha is again the work of the legendary filmmaker Shri Satyajit Ray Saab. Next please. So the festival will also have about 15 plus gala premieres. There'll also be these will be the mainstream films which will be accompanied by the star cast and the important crew to the festival. They will have a red carpet, and they'll have the premiere screening. This is for the first time that this gala premieres, which was started last year, will have international premieres being done, and one of them is the Piano Lesson, which has got Samuel L. Jackson, which is a very important star cast. Then Moana 2, which is a Disney flagship film which will be getting premiered first time in IFFI in India. And there are many other such titles. Next.
And the list of eminent film personalities is not even in any seriatim, and it's only illustrative because we have many names that are still coming in.
So there has been master classes, panel discussions, and in conversation have been programmed in the festival, and more than 25 of them will be held, and of course by eminent luminaries, international luminaries. They'll be taking master classes. There'll be panel discussions by film experts, film professionals in that area on the topics which are of interest to young filmmakers, which are very pertinent in the cinema of today. So that is the kind of curation which has been done, and a lot of inputs have come from festival directors. So that is how this has been scaled up. Next,
And
please.
for the women and the women voices in the Indian cinema, our master classes are starting with the discussion on them, how to make a cinema as a safe work environment for the Indian women.
Creative Minds of Tomorrow, which has been now scaled to 100 filmmakers. It will have a 48 hours filmmaking challenge. So these 100 filmmakers will be divided into 5 teams of 13 different trades. So each team will be capable of making a film on their own, and there'll be a competition of 48 for making the film in 48 hours of about 6 to 7 minutes. And then after that, another thing which has been integrated is the talent camp, a recruitment talent camp is being organized in support film industry companies there, and they have already been given the resumes for not just these 100 but also the 3 edition 75 creative minds, and they are shortlisting, and they will recruit some of the creative minds from here itself. And then there'll be also master classes on different topics before they start sort of making it. Next, please. On the sidelines of IFFI, this film bazaar is held. It's in its 18th edition, and as the IFFI stands for the celebration of cinema internationally, film bazaar is for the business of cinema. And this year, very important integration which film bazaar has done is Mr. Jerome Pillard, who was the Cannes market director for several years, more than 20 years. He's been the Cannes film market director, and he has agreed and he has come on board in a big way of curating the film bazaar. So this year, entire film bazaar is sort of getting curated by some eminent expert who has shaped the Cannes market for so many years. So, and it is also one of the largest till now, which has been held, and we have curated more than 350 film projects in this. So there has been an addition in the various verticals which are there. So apart from just the feature films, this time acknowledging that the series are an important part of content which are being absorbed by the young, absorbed by the audiences. So series has been included in the co-production market. It has been included in the screenwriters lab and the viewing room also. Next. So this is the Film Bazaar Promenade, which hosts the various country pavilions, state pavilions, and there will be a VFX and visual effects and tech pavilion, wherein leading technology players like Google, Netflix, Sony, all of them are participating there to make the young filmmakers and also the filmmakers who participate in Film Bazaar abreast with the latest technologies available for filmmaking. Then there'll be market pavilion wherein from internationally and even important producers and all of them will be a part of this, who will put up their stall to let people find out about them. So these are the representative pictures of this thing. And then the Fiesta will be held in the Kala Academy grounds, the DP grounds, which will not just have the exhibition about the 4 centennials. It will also have an exhibition about the journey of Indian cinema, as to let the people who travel internationally find out about the heritage of Indian cinema. Then there'll be performances in the evening, live performances and food, which will be curated and powered by District by Zomato. And there'll also be a carnival held on the journey of Indian cinema on the festival mile on the 22nd November. Last but not the least, the IFI 55 promises that this year will be the most accessible IFI, with not just the accessible film section, wherein 6 films which are specifically for visually impaired and hard of hearing, but there will also be a bouquet of films, regular film shows, which will be enabled through a mobile app, wherein the hard of hearing can, where the visually impaired can engage with the film and see it with audio description. So, and then the accessibility partner Swayam, which is a pioneering organization in terms of inclusivity and accessibility. It is partnering with ESG and NFTC to not just make the physical venues accessible, but also making sure that all the festival volunteers and the officials, they are also sensitized towards the needs of accessibility and inclusivity by the people attending it. The opening ceremonies, the closing, the master classes, the press conferences also will be made accessible by Indian Sign Language interpretation being done simultaneously live with that event happening. Thank you so much. That is all from my side.
धन्यवाद प्रफुल्ल खूबसूरत प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए, जो बहुत ही जानकारीपूर्ण था. नाउ फ्लोर इज ओपन फॉर क्वेश्चन from the media side. So, and you can ask question from any of the panelists here. You are requested to introduce yourself before and your organization before asking the question. So, should I start with 270?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Parvinder Sandhu from The Statesman. My question is to Shekhar, sir. So first of all, a big fan of your work. Given an opportunity to re-release one of your films, because your films were always deemed to be ahead of their times. So if you are given an opportunity to re-release it, which film would it be and why?
Sorry, what was that question again?
Sir, if given an opportunity to re-release one of your films, which one would it be and why?
I would re-release Masoom. I'll tell you why. Because it was my first film. I had never directed a film before. I had never learned filmmaking. I was never anybody's assistant. I was a chartered accountant. So I really want to know how I made that film. I have no idea. And that to me has taught me the greatest lesson of filmmaking. To not know is the greatest 3 words of creativity. I don't know. And therefore you go on a journey to find out. That's what you do. But aapko main bataun ki it took me 12 years to actually get that film made. Right? But I really, really need to look at that film again and say, who was I then? I was innocent. I was naive. I was not knowing. I just went. Prasoon's been a friend of mine for so long. He knows what I was going through. But क्या मालूम क्या होता है सर? अब ये इतना बड़ा फेस्टिवल ये कर रहे हैं, मैं I'm looking at all that. Said, ये कैसे करोगे तो? But it's a huge thing what you just presented. It will be amazing pulling that off. Answers your question. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. 95.
Sir, my
Yes, it is okay.
see, I'm Saroj Ganpat from Dinamani. My questions to Minister. This is the continuance of the film festival in Goa. Continue of the film festival in Goa. So my question is, it's maybe other, you say that the BJP chief minister willing to conduct the in Goa festival. Whether it's other state chief minister not willing, my question. Second things, there will be in the film industry, there will be 2 sections of the there. One is stars are earning more, much more earning. Another section, people, the newcomers, the new artists, newcomers, they are all very poor conditions. So the Goa-like place is a very highly richest place. I'm seeing the continuity of that these poor people and newcomers not able to come to the Goa. Whether it's a considering going to the government to any other places. Another things, many legend peoples are now no more. So there is a film industry that is going to very big welcome. So you should encourage the many newcomers. So the festival they are not able to attend in the Goa festival.
See your two questions. One is second question you are asking that's why we are giving new 100 young people's opportunity here. So the new minds, they are coming, they are exhibiting, they are giving opportunity to them for exhibiting them talent. The first question is that while that time discussion were there, so the Goa Chief Minister came forward, then Chief Minister came forward, and he, last year also, the same question you asked, I remember. Then Anurag ji given answer to you. So, this, see, like so the same place the festival is happening. So, like we are also established a permanent setup, and the one destination, the festival means, International Film Festival means it is in Goa. So for that, the festival is happening. And other, if you are telling, that's why we conducted the road shows also to participate in Chennai or Mumbai and Hyderabad. We are conducting the road show. We are giving the facilities, we are calling for the talents also. And we are going to conduct in waves a big, first time like such a summit in Delhi on February 5th to 9th. Thank you.
16. But he's saying that I have not asked that question last year.
सर आई एम कोमल शर्मा फ्रॉम भारत एक्सप्रेस मेरा पहला सवाल ये है कि
Moni Sharma from Bharat Express.
कोमल शर्मा
कोमल,
भारत
okay.
एक्सप्रेस मेरा पहला सवाल ये है कि जो लोकेशन को लेकर के है, लोकेशन इस बार क्या बहुत खास है और अलग है। जो सुना गया कि किसी फ्लोटिंग यार्ड जो है उस पे इंट्रैक्शंस और पैनल डिस्कशन होंगे।
जी वो भी एक नया है जो इस बार होने वाला है और उसको आई थिंक इंडियन मोशन पिक्चर एसोसिएशन करने वाली है, तो वो भी एक इस बार कुछ नया होने वाला है।
मेरा सर दूसरा सवाल प्रसून जी से है। प्रसून जी, जिस तरीके से इस तरीके के बड़े फेस्टिवल्स अब हम कर रहे हैं, तो इसमें वो वाले यंग डायरेक्टर जो होंगे, जो जिनके पास कैमरा नहीं है अब क्योंकि मोबाइल बहुत एक्स्ट्रा एडवांस हो गए हैं, उनके लिए कितने स्कोप आने वाले वक्त में और इस बार खुलेंगे?
जैसे कि मैंने आपसे पहले कहा कि ये इस फेस्टिवल में लगातार ये प्रयास करते रहे कि जो यंग माइंड्स हैं, यंग जिनके पास इतनी सुविधाएं नहीं हैं, जो पहली बार फिल्म बनाना चाह रहे हैं, और आज जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं कि किसी के पास भी ऐसा नहीं है कि आप अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन से फिल्म नहीं बना, और वो फिल्म आप यंग क्रिएटिव माइंड्स की जब हम बात करते हैं वहाँ इंटर कर सकते हैं। तो शेखर इस समय भी आकर कहते हैं कि आई डोंट नो, मतलब तो आपको समझ में आना चाहिए कि लगातार चलने वाली प्रक्रिया है। लेकिन कोई भी छोटे से छोटी जगह में, आपने तो इंस्टाग्राम में देखा होगा और रील्स में और यूट्यूब में, कि आज मंचों का अभाव नहीं है और लोगों के पास ऐसा नहीं है कि ये इतना एनिग्मा जो फिल्म मेकिंग और लोगों के बीच जो स्टोरी टेलिंग के बीच जो एक रहस्य सा आ गया था ना, वो हटने की कोशिश, और उसके लिए प्रयास हो रहे हैं कि वो दूरियां कम हों, चाहे वो मास्टर्स क्लासेस के थ्रू हों, चाहे सेशंस के थ्रू हो, लोगों को जो है कहानी कहने में इतनी कठिनाई और इतनी तकलीफ नहीं हो कि वो एक बड़ा रहस्यवादिता है उसमें, कोई मैं तो पहुंच ही नहीं सकता वहाँ तक। वो टेक्नोलॉजी वो दूरी कम कर रही है और ये फेस्टिवल भी वो दूरी कम करने का।
जस्ट टू ऐड, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने लाल किले से इंडिपेंडेंस डे के अपने उद्बोधन में डिज़ाइन इन इंडिया और क्रिएटर्स के लिए कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट विजन दिए थे और दिशा निर्देश दिए थे। उसके बाद से ही आप देखें तो क्रिएटर्स इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड एस्पेक्ट्स में दो इम्पॉर्टेंट पहल हुई हैं। क्रिएट इन इंडिया चैलेंज का सीज़न 1 लॉन्च हुआ है। इसमें एक्चुअल में हमने तो 25 चैलेंज शुरू में लॉन्च किए थे, वी थॉट 2025 में शोकेस हो रहे हैं, बट इतना ज़्यादा उसमें उत्साह आया है कि नाउ वी हैव मोर 5 more challenges which have been added to that list. तो लगभग 30 चैलेंज अब हमारे पास जारी हैं, हर फील्ड से हैं वो, क्रिएटर्स की पूरी दुनिया से रिलेटेड चैलेंजेस हैं वो, चाहे एनिमेशन हो, चाहे रील मेकिंग हो, चाहे म्यूज़िक बनाना हो, चाहे कुछ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस से रिलेटेड काम करना हो, या कुछ रेडियो से रिलेटेड काम करना हो, या फिल्म का पोस्टर ही क्यों ना बनाना हो, इस किस्म के हर एरिया के सारे चैलेंजेस जो पूरी क्रिएटर इकोनॉमी आज बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट, ना केवल हमारे देश की एम्प्लॉयमेंट से रिलेटेड जुड़ी हुई है, पर हमारे देश में कंटेंट के क्रिएशन को बढ़ावा देने के लिए छोटे छोटे गांव कस्बे जहां से यंग फिल्म मेकर्स, चाहे वो फीचर फिल्म नहीं बना रहे हैं पर छोटी छोटी रील्स बना रहे हैं, फिल्म्स बना रहे हैं, और इतना इंटरेस्टिंग और इतना क्रिएटिव तरीके से बना रहे हैं, तो इन सभी लोगों तक पहुंचने के लिए जो ये क्रिएट इन इंडिया चैलेंज सीजन 1 लॉन्च हुआ है, और यहीं से हम आप सभी को हमने बताया था उसके बारे में जब हमने लॉन्च किया था, हमें उम्मीद नहीं थी कि उसका रिस्पॉन्स इतना ज़्यादा ओवरवेलमिंग होगा। आज कम से कम 10 से 20 लाख लोगों को हमने इसमें रीच आउट तो किया है। रजिस्ट्रेशंस आज की तारीख में लगभग 10-12 हज़ार हैं। उसमें से विनर्स हम कैसे सेलेक्ट करेंगे, यही इट्स अ प्रॉब्लम ऑफ प्लेंटी राइट नाउ, बट इट्स अ वेरी हैप्पी प्रॉब्लम, एंड होपफुली जब तक वेव्स होगा तब तक ये नंबर और बढ़ने वाला है। और क्रिएटर्स इकोनॉमी एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है हमारे देश की सांस्कृतिक विरासत को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, और साथ ही साथ हमारी देश की इकोनॉमी और हमारी एम्प्लॉयमेंट से भी जुड़ी हुई बहुत बड़ी ये व्यवस्था है। तो इसको भी आप इसी के साथ अगर लिंक अप करेंगे तो आई थिंक यू विल अंडरस्टैंड द डायरेक्शन दैट वी आर हेडेड टुवर्ड्स, व्हिच इज फ्यूचर इज नाउ।
सर कितने लोग मेरे पास आते हैं, सर हम डायरेक्टर कैसे बने, और सामने मेरे उनके वो वीडियो ले रहे होते हैं मेरा एक सेल फोन के साथ, तो मैं कहता हूँ आप तो वीडियो ले रहे हो, मैंने कहा हाँ, आपके पास एडिटिंग फैसिलिटी होगी आपके वीडियो में कहीं, हाँ आप यूट्यूब में भी डाल सकते हो, मैंने कहा आप तो बन गए डायरेक्टर, आप शूट भी कर रहे हो, एडिट भी कर रहे हो, यूट्यूब पर भी डाल रहे हो, आपका सवाल क्या है? अक्सर उनका सवाल ये नहीं होता कि हम डायरेक्टर कैसे बने, हम सिर्फ फेमस डायरेक्टर कैसे बने, ये सवाल होता है। अब उसका जवाब कोई है नहीं मेरे पास। उसका जवाब है कि अगर इफ़ योर सबकॉन्शियस somehow relates to the subconscious of the audience's subconscious, then you'll be famous. But fame is not the only thing for creativity, right? So the creative economy, everybody can be creative, and some people will be world beaters, some will just be creative, right?
271. Thank you so much. This is Ashwini Kumar from News 24 E24. I'm happy, sir, to see you, शेखर सर, कि ये इस बार सिनेमा के लोग इफ़ी को सिनेमा के चाहने वालों तक पहुंचा रहे हैं। एंड प्रतुल दिस टाइम वो मुंबई गए और सारे के सारे मेन एंटरटेनमेंट मीडिया के लोगों से वो मिले, उनको इनवाइट किया। हैव सीन दैट। सर मेरा सवाल ये है, मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि इफ़ी जो है वो इंडियन प्लेटफॉर्म है, इंटरनेशनली हम अपनी फिल्मों को दिखा सकें, बड़ी बाहर की इंटरनेशनल फिल्मों को, और इंटरनेशनल बायर्स को यहाँ ला सकें हम। इसके तौर पर अभी तक हम कोशिश बहुत करते रहे हैं, और हम अभी भी सुनते रहे हैं कि हम कान से बड़े होने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन क्या एग्जैक्टली कहीं हम लैग कर रहे हैं, हम पहुँच नहीं पा रहे हैं, या हमारे पास इंटरनेशनल जो मीडिया है हमारी फिल्मों को देखने के लिए, जो यहाँ आने वाली या इंटरनेशनल बायर्स हैं, कहाँ हम लैग कर रहे हैं? कहीं तो है कुछ कम।
सर ये सवाल तो मेरे ख्याल सेक्रेटरी साहब ने जवाब दिया है, लेकिन दोबारा दे देंगे। लेकिन ज़िंदगी में कोशिश के अलावा कुछ होता ही नहीं, कोशिश ही करते हैं ना हम। अगर इतने साल कोशिश की और हम इंटरनेशनल नहीं बने, वो सवाल ऐसा, मेरा ये सवाल है कि सिर्फ क्या इंडियन फिल्म को इंटरनेशनल बनाना है कि अपने आप को सेलिब्रेट करना है? हम क्या ऐसी अच्छी फिल्में नहीं बनाते जो दुनिया सेलिब्रेट करे? फिल्म फेस्टिवल इसलिए भी तो होना चाहिए कि लोग हमारी फिल्में आकर देखें ये कैसा देश है, यहाँ के स्टोरी टेलर्स कैसे स्टोरी टेलर्स हैं कि इतनी सब दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री उन्होंने बना दी। लेकिन हमारा कल्चर अलग है। हमने वो जो जिसको कहते हैं रामलीला को बना दिया, हमने नौटंकी को लेकर फिल्में बना दी, हमने अपना कल्चर नहीं छोड़ा। लेकिन बार बार मैं यही सुनता आ रहा हूँ, यार उनके जैसी फिल्में बनानी चाहिए, उनकी जैसी फिल्में क्यों बनाएं, उनको हमारी जैसी फिल्में क्यों ना बने? तो हमारा जो पूरा जो एफर्ट है इस बार कि भैया फिल्म बाजार में आओ, हम आपसे सीखें, लेकिन आप भी तो हमसे सीखो, हमने भी कुछ बनाया है। तो आई नो दिस इज साउंडिंग पेट्रियोटिक, लेकिन ऐसा बहुत बड़ी
और
फीलिंग
इसमें
है
मैं
मेरे
एक छोटा सा, इससे रिलेटेड एग्जांपल नहीं है, पर slightly nuanced answer I can give. When the world calculates their GDP, they calculate the care that they take of their elderlies in their old age homes. It is counted as economy, क्योंकि है वो नंबर आता है वहाँ से, और हमारे यहाँ पे वो नंबर हमारी जीडीपी में जुड़ा हुआ नहीं होता है. So we might think कि हमारी जीडीपी कम है, but you understand where that number is coming from. That number is happening somewhere. तो हमारा कल्चर बहुत अलग है. हमारे दुनिया के रूल से हमारे, मैं इसलिए कभी वो उसमें नहीं, मैं लिस्ट में जब मैंने कहा था आपसे कि हम पहले नंबर पे हैं, 15वें नंबर पे हैं, वो इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है. हमारी फिल्में हमारे आज विश्व में जा रही हैं. अब इतने डाइवर्स देश की, इतनी डाइवर्स भाषाओं की बनी फिल्में, एक तो पहली बात है कि हमारा देश का मार्केट ही खुद इतना बड़ा है, पर हमारी फिल्में भी बाहर जा रही हैं, बाहर की फिल्में यहाँ आ रही हैं, और हम किस कॉस्ट पे बनाते हैं, उस सब चीज़ों से हमें अपने उन वो नज़रिया हमें रखना पड़ेगा अपने फिल्म फेस्टिवल को ब्रांड करने के लिए. या इस फेस्टिवल में और क्या क्या इंप्रूवमेंट्स किए जा सकते हैं. वी कैन नॉट से कि हमारा फेस्टिवल दुनिया का सबसे अच्छा फेस्टिवल है, तो विल कंटिन्यू टू डू व्हाट वी कैन, बट विल मेक इट डिफरेंट, एंड दैट इज व्हाट वी हैव डन. आज जितने कंपोनेंट्स हैं, इन कंपोनेंट्स में आप पता कर लीजिए, दुनिया भर का एक चेक बॉक्स बना लीजिए, सारे फेस्टिवल लिख लीजिए, ये सारे कंपोनेंट्स के टिक मार्क कर दीजिए. आई थिंक हमारे एट्रीब्यूट्स में, मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग में आज की तारीख में हम हर जगह टिक मार्क्ड हैं, और देयर विल बी मेनी फेस्टिवल जहाँ पे वो टिक मार्क नहीं होंगे. आई थिंक द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑल्सो इज विद ऑल ऑफ यू. हमें अपने बारे में आप बताइए. अब इसीलिए आप इतने आज यहाँ पर तादाद में आज आप बैठे हुए हैं. एक एक आपका आर्टिकल, एक एक आपकी रील, एक एक आपका वीडियो जो आज आप लोग पोस्ट करेंगे, या आर्टिकल लिखेंगे, या अपने ऑनलाइन मीडियम में लिखेंगे, अपनी भाषा में लिखेंगे, इंटरनेशनल भाषा में लिखेंगे, आई थिंक ट्वीट करेंगे, सोशल मीडिया पे एम्पलीफाई करेंगे, हमारे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स बोलेंगे, तो आई थिंक अपने आप ये फेस्टिवल उस भाषा में भी नंबर 1 माना जाएगा, उस लैंग्वेज में भी नंबर 1 माना जाएगा.
एक
अब
और
हम,
चीज़, एक और
ला-
चीज़ मैं आपके ऐड करूँगा. संजय जी ने जो कहा बहुत बहुत, अ, देखिए ये जो पुष्प वाटिका और दंगल में फ़र्क है. ये क्रिएटिव वर्ल्ड जो है ना, इसमें हर पुष्प को अपनी तरह से महकने का भी बनकर पुष्प वाटिका बनती है. दंगल में किसी को हराना पड़ता है. तो ये फेस्टिवलों के बीच की लड़ाई नहीं है. क्रिएटिविटी में एक क्रिएटिव प्रोडक्ट दूसरे से लड़ नहीं रहा है. ये दुनिया में को और सुंदर बनाने के लिए महक रहा है. So there is a difference there. What we should learn, we should not take lightly, is are we infrastructurally, in terms of our processes, in terms of the way we produce our festivals and organization and all, are we becoming better and or not? But conceptually, जैसा कि संजय जी ने और शेखर जी ने कहा कि किसी से स्पर्धा की आवश्यकता नहीं है. ये अपना एक फेस्टिवल है, इसका अपना एक कलर है, इसकी अपनी फिलॉसफी है, अपना एक उसका रोल है हमारे समाज में. आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट नीड्स टू बी सेलिब्रेटेड, एंड वो कोशिश, उसको बेहतर करने की कोशिश करें.
थैंक यू सर. और आज का ये आखिरी प्रश्न मैं लूँगा, 39 नंबर, 39. इनके बाद 39.
थैंक यू. अनिल हांडा, लोकतंत्र की शान. ग्रैंड इवेंट होगा, तो वो ग्रैंड इवेंट के लिए व्हाट आर द फिगर्स फॉर बजट एंड व्हाट इज द रेवेन्यू मॉडल, मे बी इफ यू कैन थ्रो सम लाइट ऑन.
Yeah, I mean, if you really look at the budget of the event, obviously it will be huge because the budget is spent by us. Some money is spent by us. Some money is spent by government of Goa. Lot of money is spent by sponsors. Lot of money is spent by cinegoers. Don't forget, it's a economy में हमेशा जो कहते हैं ना, एक छोटे से काम का 6 गुना निकलता है. It's a huge economic effort also. I think इस पूरे फेस्टिवल का जो इकोनॉमिक वैल्यू है वो it will definitely run in hundreds of crores, because a lot of people who are traveling from outside, lot of people are traveling from all over. People are spending money on hotels, people are spending money on buying registrations, tickets. और अभी fiesta है, people will spend money on खाना, people will spend money on multiple things. So it's a huge enterprise. It's happening through the collaboration of multiple people, and that's what it is. I mean, एक तरफ तो हमारी शोकेस करना है फिल्मों को, लेकिन इसकी इकोनॉमिक वैल्यू भी है जो हम अप्रिशिएट करते हैं, और दैट्स व्हाई वी आर थैंकिंग ऑल आवर सपोर्टर्स फॉर दिस इवेंट.
अब
उनका मैंने देखा भी था वीडियो। और अभी एक्चुअली एक फिल्म आई है जो प्रभा मिश्रा ने बनाई है ऑनरेबल प्रेसिडेंट के ऊपर, मुर्मू जी के ऊपर। तो मैं पूछना चाह रही थी कि क्या वो ऐसी फिल्म जो है वो ईफी में दिखाने का प्लान है, और दूसरा कि बजट क्या है इस बारी का। और शेखर जी से एक सवाल है, शेखर जी आप यू आर वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट फिल्म मेकर्स, तो आपका जो पानी का फिल्म का बहुत टाइम से सुन रही हूँ मैं, तो वो उसका कब रिलीज है या क्या अपडेट है?
मेरा सवाल तो आसान है। कोशिश, हर सांस से कोशिश होती है, फिर सांस छूटती है, फिर एक सांस कोशिश होती है। पानी बड़ी कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन बहुत इंटरनेशनल फिल्म है, उसके लिए फाइनेंसिंग चाहिए। और कहते हैं कि हर डायरेक्टर की ज़िंदगी में एक ऐसी फिल्म होती है जो वो कोशिश करते रहते हैं, करते फाइनली जाकर बन जाती है। तो मैं इस पानी फाइनल जाकर बन ही जाएगी। थैंक यू।
Budget part I had already answered, right?
Thank you very much. And now I request Brinda to make vote of
Thank you,
thanks.
sir. I would
Give
like to
vote of
express my sincere gratitude to Sri Ashwini Vaishnav ji, Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Dr. L. Murugan ji, Honorable Minister of State of Information and Broadcasting and Parliamentary Affairs, and Sri Pramod Sawant ji, CM Goa, for their invaluable guidance and unwavering support. Their leadership has been instrumental in shaping up this event and setting the stage for the upcoming 55th edition of IFI at Goa. My deepest acknowledgement to Sri Sanjay Jaju, Secretary of Information and Broadcasting, for his visionary ideas and steadfast encouragement, which have played a key role in achieving new milestones for the festival. A special note of appreciation to our festival director, Sri Shekhar Kapoor sir, whose exceptional vision and leadership have been at the heart of the festival's planning. I'm grateful to Sri Prasoon Joshi sir for his invaluable insights and his gracious presence today, and the members of the steering committee for all their guidance and support. I am thankful to Pratul Kumar, Joint Secretary and MD NFDC, for the wonderful insights on 55th IFI, and team NFDC for all their efforts. Finally, I would like to acknowledge the journalist, media, and PIB for your active participation today, and also for amplifying the festival's reach. Thank you to all those who have made this curtain raiser event a resounding success. With great anticipation, we now look forward to the 55th edition of IFI, which promises to be extraordinary and an unforgettable celebration of Indian movies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brinda. And now I request everybody to just, because photographers want